Well, guys, I'm sorry to say, we've run out of time. Because the monsters are traveling through time.
Why?
How?
More on that later. But yeah, remember when these guys were a thing?
Yeah. The Midway.
May they rest in peace. And I'm sure you guys know the name of this company too.
Avalanche.
I've heard
Something
them.
they've done.
The name is familiar. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. Anyway,
Welcome to Rampage Through Time for the PS1. It is the third game in the Rampage reboot series released in the 90s.
What's so funny?
I love the purple guy. Like, what is that word? What is happening? Like everyone else is angry. He's just terrified.
Well, they have every right to be. I mean, what monster in their own right wouldn't be startled by freaking flashing lights and time travel?
And giant words above your head.
Yes.
That is also true.
So
what is this meta shit? Okay, anyway, in all seriousness though, the Rampage series is like a bunch of games where you control a whole bunch of monsters. Your whole goal, destroy everything. And I mean everything, especially when you're traveling through time.
Okay.
Rhino.
So anyway, here's our lovable cast of characters, including a rhino, a rat, a crab, or a lobster, I think.
There's George.
There's George, one of the originals, along with Lizzie. Spoiler warnings, that's actually a girl. And Ralph.
Okay. And Mucus.
I think Mucus might be an exclusive to this game in particular. And yeah, Harley. So
She
for
writes
this one, I'm going to
pigs.
stick to the one I know best. George.
I know that they have different like move sets and stuff, but it's really the same strategy, I think.
Yeah, basically the only differences between them are their stats, like how hard they punch, how high they jump, and so on, and how fast they are in general. So anyway, we got ourselves a news report by the budgeted B team.
Speaking of budgets.
You're live, sir. Okay, clear out your throat. Clear.
Got it all out?
I'm
So,
praying
I will
I
admit,
started recording
it's kind of
a few
weird.
minutes ago.
Is this the game? Have we started?
He just realized he's on the air.
Good evening. Making headlines tonight, Scum Labs
Starring Otto, the news reporter. Hello, everyone. I am here broadcasting live from WBC.
Science fact.
Honestly, though, this is such hilarious cringe.
Standing by to present
I mean, the lip syncing isn't bad. The animation actually isn't terrible for what console is this? PSX?
PS1, yes.
It's just, this is so awkward.
It is incredibly awkward. Like,
Oh,
As everyone knows, it's a simple process to
don't mind that. That's
What's that? Oh, that's not in the other room? I thought that
don't,
was the
don't mind
cutscene.
that. I'll edit it in post.
Okay.
By the way,
Oops.
by the way, her name was Dr. By the way, her name was Dr. Urinal.
Yeah.
Default damage. Hey, dude, wake up.
And that technobabble was so boring that it even put the news anchor to sleep.
Thank you, Doctor.
The sad thing is that
Whatever you just said, I was totally 100% behind.
whatever you said, I'm 100% with you. And done. The sad thing is that it probably would have saved them another like couple $2,000 if they just cut out all this weird awkward silence and awkward we get it. It's a really bad shoddily made news report. Cut to the game.
Yeah, I know. Like, all things considered, this is a pretty awkward intro. And honestly, we did skip a game that I kind of had a similar, like, introduction with the same news anchor and, well, how much he hates his job. But, anyway,
Okay.
basically to cut it short, like he's trying to do, they're basically, Scum Labs is trying to make a time machine, which worked out so well, considering these are the same assholes that, turned all these lovable human people into grotesque monsters that pretty much wrecked the entire world. And only now we did it, and only... Oh.
Oops.
God damn
I
it.
am working with a bunch of amateurs.
How long is this Devil Dame intro anyway?
I don't know. Let me look into it. What? We still got another.
In breaking news,
We still got another 2 minutes.
go, it appears
Like 2 minutes until the game actually kicks in, or
Yes.
Yeah. Honestly, I will say the intro to the second game, I don't recall being quite as like long-winded with these jokes as this.
what about the
Like I
first
see
game?
what they were going for, but
First game didn't really do that. Oh, here we go. Now the plot thickens. Apparently the monsters found the time machine, and, well, as monsters are, they decide to wreck shit up and jump right in, without a care in the world.
crap. Oh, every last one of them. But no,
Man,
I'm
that-
like,
you know, FNAF 7 got really fucked up.
I mean,
I
he
think-
is the best, especially.
Huh.
Ooh.
I didn't even know there was a 6,
Like, the
not gonna
expressions are-
lie.
with that note of
Like, the expressions are fine and it's cool, but I see what they're going for. But this is why you need
An editor.
editors.
easier.
Yes, for
Yeah.
your script and things. Otherwise, this. You could have at least shaved 40 seconds from this and nothing would have been lost.
I would argue it would have
Yeah,
shaved at least 2 minutes.
A relief. Or
Good
Probably.
Yeah, good enough. So yeah, now the monsters are gone through time, and well, they don't have to. They're not here to bother us anymore. But oh boy, is that going to lead to some serious consequences,
Whoop.
like that.
Where did that come from?
Oh!
Ow!
And then he was killed immediately and was brought back to life through the power of Terminator technology to become the Otto we know and love. His brain,
least-
his brain
well-
transplanted into a robot.
Poor guy.
But the-
So anyway,
Cobe.
so with the travel through time or whatever, or excuse me, Rampage through time, all three you have three. It's basically it's basically a party game of sorts where you have like 3 monsters, yourself and 2 other characters, whether they be CPU or other players. They treat this more like a party game compared to all the other Rampage games, where you could basically have it yourself, or you could just do something exactly like this.
Gotcha. Oh boy,
So
robots.
basically, if you've never played a Rampage game before, just wreck everything. Mainly the buildings, and well, if you really need a bit of extra health, eat the people too. They're nutritious, don't you know?
And nutrients.
Well-
And yeah, the idea is that you want to, oh nice, you want to punch through walls, clear a whole row, and knock the whole sucker down, which, can't wait to see how they do that in the movie. By the way, take it away, James.
Yeah, they're actually making a Rampage movie, and big shock, it's starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
And I mean, it seems like we're going to have most of the regulars there, just a few stylistic differences. By the way, the freaking robot man going after you in Neo Japan.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll... Go ahead.
no better way to play a Rampage game than to be hounded by Japanese robots from the future.
Was it
I
that
always
gorilla
loved
was
how they could...
that gorilla was he was pulling off like a little Looney Tunes thing, trying to fly with his arms flapping.
Oh, that's right. You can try to hover in this game, which is actually a carryover from the previous game as well as
Harold.
Rampage.
I love how the pigs just
Okay,
nut
that's
kicking
enough,
him.
you two. Play nice.
Also, I just realized Harley is a hog.
Yeah.
Yep.
She rides
He's a Harley
pigs.
hog.
Man, Harley's out for blood with people's nans.
Yeah, he just does not give a fuck. But anyway, it should be said, I was originally going to try doing a look at of the 3 quote-unquote modern day Rampage
stop
games,
it.
or at least as modern as the PS1 era can contain. Like the one I grew up with, Rampage World Tour, followed by Universal Tour, and then, well, this game, Rampage Through Time. That being said, looking back on it, I don't know what sort of high I was on, and until now, like, doing all 3 would be kind of redundant, because they all essentially play the same. It's
Right.
just that, well, this one I will admit has a little bit more intrigue, even though you are kind of forced to have, like, 2 other computer opponents just play along with you.
Okay, up to SAPPORO. So it looks like Harley's in the lead with all the freaking nad kicks he had.
Yeah, that joke.
So
That's to him.
So what? Yeah, what were those 3 categories that the stars were ranked in?
Basically how much damage you've done to buildings, how much things you've eaten, and I forget what the 3rd one is. I'll have to look into that later.
How many people or creatures killed?
I guess so.
One thing I want to know is that I'm going to assume the green bar is the health meter, but what's the purple bar?
that's your special meter. Basically, every character has their own special, and basically it can cause a lot, like some serious damage to everything around you, including the buildings, which, well, obviously is the most important thing.
I think we gotta go the other way.
Oh,
Oh wait, no.
That'd be-
that's not
even
going
George
on.
can not kick.
Now, not gonna lie, yeah, even George has always been more of an arms man. But anyway, crap, what was I? Oh yeah, that was Ralph's special. He howls, and well, not only does it stun opponents, obviously it did some damage to that building.
Gotcha.
Okay, ours was the ground pound.
Yes,
Okay.
Oh, what
makes
the?
sense. I mean, he's a goddamn monkey.
So
Robot
so
cowboys.
you mentioned George was. Yeah. So you meant there you go. So you mentioned George was your favorite. Like, is he the favorite of all games?
Yeah, I would say all the games. Though honestly, that's just a personal preference. I like the big piece, especially those that look an awful lot like Donkey Kong.
He does kind of.
All he's missing is a tie.
A tie and the little ice cream swirl hair.
Yeah.
That, well, yeah. Though to be fair, that mohawk he has is close enough.
Close enough.
I think it's a little more apparent in World Tour and Total Destruction.
Sweetness.
Actually,
so
For the record, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not doing that game for a look at. I mean, we all know how crap that is, and I'd rather not subject you guys to that kind of torture.
I'll take your word for that.
Oh, sorry.
Tokyo.
I assume we do not get to proceed to the next level or whatever unless we get the most stars out of all the world.
Honestly, I don't think that even matters. Like, basically, you're just going through the motions of destroying everything. I mean, yeah, you are going for like a point earning spree, but I think they don't really take that into account for just simple progression.
Well, it looks
At least I
like
don't remember anyway.
looks like some of the buildings have a
think
little
my-
bit more
I think my
durability
maker-
because it took a few punches for you to break out some of those windows.
Yeah, there's actually several ways you can break down the buildings. Obviously,
Stupid dog.
okay, Ralph, we get it. Ralph, you need to
Ooh.
turn down the octaves on your singing, man. You're terrible.
Now, I think it's an interesting design choice for the movie to have them like all like not be quite as anthropomorphic and more like maintain kick the building games.
Well, I'm trying to get up to
There
the
you
very top of the building and get that fish, but these bastards aren't giving me any. In fact, that's actually one problem I will say against these Rampage games where you do have like all three characters out at once. It'll focus on all three of them, and when they're you have like two of them that are practically the bottom, you want to get all the way to the top of a
it's the
certain
thing
building.
like it prevents them from scroll. It prevents the
Oh.
camera from scrolling.
Yes, and it's obnoxious.
I hate that in all platformers.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
But,
this is no exception.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Was that similar to the problem that we had with Frantic Antics, or is that a different thing?
No, Frantic Antics I would say is worse about that because you could totally, in that game, you could totally, like, go so far away from your other character that they pretty much lose complete control over them.
Oh, right, that's right.
Here you're locked onto the screen no matter what.
Gotcha.
You can
Yeah,
never phase through like
Nice.
you would in, say, Smash Brothers.
You know, I'm kind of surprised that
what happens if you run out of health?
you die.
Oh,
Oh, I died.
didn't know. Well, I mean, is there like a major consequence for it?
Nah, it just honestly in this game, no.
Well, there
I
goes
mean,
Ralph.
since all three, I think it was more of a big deal, like in the previous two games where you do have a life system. Here, not so much. Like, I guess the worst that happens is that maybe you lose points or whatever.
Oh, now you're tired.
Yeah, damage you've done to buildings, and how many. Oh yeah, so after every 3 stages, you get to do a mini game, which I believe is only exclusive to this game.
Mm-hmm.
And we're totally not playing
And
asteroids.
done. Oh, jeez. Oh, this is really destructive. Oh, God.
Oh boy.
Yeah, needless to say, the controls in this one suck.
We should
I was
never
actually
have
about to
given
say that.
monkeys space
Oh.
shuttles.
I was about to say, yeah, these guys are really devil damn fragile if they're able to die from like a simple touch of anything. Like that, I'm surprised they don't kill just by
gosh.
colliding into each other.
They don't, but you do have to shoot. Oh, gosh, Harley's raking in the points. He's spawn camping everybody.
You may take me out, but I'm gonna take you with me.
That was still pretty amazing, that Mario World. Don't show, because I don't want to force you to say it, but that was still pretty incredible, that Mario World thing that happened to you, and the, I didn't think that could happen.
Yeah, I might show that. I might show that bit off later because I did save the video, but I'll probably let that wait until we actually do Mario World for the channel,
Alright.
Yeah.
which I'm hoping we can do soon.
And live.
I'll tell you after this look at.
Okay.
I would like to do that. Oh, careful! Doing good. We're doing good.
Oh boy.
Like,
So yeah,
keep
for this,
blowing each
I
other
think
off.
I think for this one, whoever gets to around 50 or 60 points wins.
Yeah, first to 50. I
Okay,
think,
you have a very tight lead at the moment.
It's just so funny watching literally everyone blow up like.
Boom!
They both
Where
go
are the
simultaneously.
brakes? Let her brakes!
No.
Water breaks. You did it.
There we
and
go.
You died. You still see
I
your
died
fist
just as I
exploding.
won. Fuck you, Ralph.
How much
Your ashes will be your ashes will be commended once they have reached past the stratosphere.
Let alone this point in time.
Provided they don't burn up upon re-entry and become ashier.
So
Great. I die as space junk.
So, compared to the other
Yukis.
compared to the other Rampage games, what do you think about this compared to those other in the series?
Well, I'm just gonna get this out of the way right now. Rampage Through Time, in terms of its overall aesthetic and gameplay stuff, it's basically just an expanded version of Rampage 2, which I'll admit is not. Ow. Oh yeah, now we actually have new monsters to face this time. Now we have Mucus and Boris. Fucking Boris. But anyway,
Boris.
yeah, this is essentially Rampage 2 with a more party-centric focus, and well, obviously we're traveling through time. That being said, compared to say Rampage World Tour, which is the one I personally have the most experience with, I will say it feels a little less clumsy, if that means anything. I mean, it definitely looks nicer. I mean, the CG models actually don't look that bad. Like, they definitely look exaggerated in all the right ways, whereas the original looked kind of... You could definitely tell it was the result of mid-90s CG jank.
Yeah.
Right.
Even though it's the kind of CG jank I
giant
actually don't mind all
vultures.
that much. Yeah, seriously, why are there fucking huge vultures in the Wild West era? They didn't even come with us.
Right. This is just a natural occurrence, and boom.
Maybe
Well-
it's the kind of vultures that were there when we got there. They just wanted to keep their identities a secret.
Fuck you, Boris.
What did I even do to you?
Oh. But yeah,
tuck-
like
What'd you do to me? You
boy.
you shoved your horn in a wrong place, Bucko. But
Please, that's for the kitties at home.
ooh, banana.
But it was like I mean, I like the idea of using time
Oops.
travel just to. It was at this moment that he knew. No, sorry, we won.
He was about to get wrecked.
But yeah,
I do like if you don't have any stars or you have like the least points, that monster's just like and the others just so
Oh, what the?
he's going crazy. He's going nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually one method I do like to use.
Hello, I.
Okay.
Explosive
His
eyes.
eye also acts as a bomb. Never knew that.
Okay. But yes, I like the idea of using time travel to introduce variety to levels.
Yeah, I mean, so long as it's a game that doesn't take itself that seriously, i.e. this or Crash Bandicoot Warped, I can sort of forgive like using time travel as a motif.
I guess you
Yeah,
can
Just
argue
don't,
that.
just don't try to make it serious, otherwise you're gonna piss off a lot of I don't know, people that actually study that shit.
Yeah.
Sonic 06.
Yeah, exactly.
I was about to say, would you make the argument that CD also falls into that doesn't take itself too seriously category that the other two games did?
Well, that game barely even has a story to begin with, so I think it's fine.
What happened to why did we throw up there again?
We ate something bad. Usually when you eat something bad, not only do you puke, but you lose some health.
Okay.
Damn it.
But yeah. Other than that, if you ever play Rampage in the arcades, that's what you're getting with this.
Yeah, I mean it's a bit flashier. I'll give it that.
Yukes.
But otherwise, it's essentially I don't even know. But it's like
No. SpongeBob. No, sorry. Tombstone. Just one tombstone.
I just want to say,
Whoever gets to destroy the tombstone first
Tombstone.
wins.
whoever was the idiot who named this town Tombstone was definitely setting themselves up for failure.
In my
Yeah.
life, I have many names. My favorite is Tombstone.
Oh, well.
I'm sorry, it's just the choppiness of that animation. Whenever they get their footsies on fire, it's hilarious.
I see that. Sorry, I thought your favorite name was Leslie. Don't tell me that.
Actually, you know what it reminds me of? Logan, you remember Stick of Truth?
Yes.
You remember the fight against the Mongolians?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's exactly what I'm thinking of.
With that weird little the weird laughing screaming that they made every single time.
And the choppy jumping around they do when they're on fire.
Well, that's what South Park does. And,
I know that. It's just hilarious. It's just more exemplified with that fucking.
Just real quick.
I
just saw earlier that when George, he did like some kind of blowing maneuver that knocked out all of the windows that are in that row across him.
Oh, the fire breath.
Yeah.
Oh, he probably ate it. He probably ate a pepper shaker.
Okay. So there are like actual.
Basically, you sneeze and you take out an entire row.
So there's like actual power-ups. Like, are there any others of notice in this game?
You can power. I think others. There's basically. Well, okay. What a way to end off a fucking world playing shootout with monsters.
Oh dear.
Like, what am I even seeing anymore? But anyway, no, sorry. I remember I think there's like an upgrade where you can power up how much damage you do to a building. I remember in World Tour there was one that could transform you into this hellish abomination straight from the planet. Who gives a fuck? Other than that, I can't think of any others off the top of my head. But that being said, I guess we're getting kind of late into it, but the whole idea behind the Rampage games is that technically you're monsters that were mutated because you were pretty much a guinea pig for some sort of soda made out of some sort of scummy substance.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as I'm concerned, all the games have pretty much followed suit with that. Like you were a test subject, you drank some toxic shit, and well, here you are.
Yep.
I'm trying to think.
And of course the upcoming movie is trying to make it all serious and kind of kill all the fun.
Now, I was about to say, like, that notwithstanding, is the origin largely the same as to how the animals turn into monsters? Like, they basically drunk some kind of sludge?
In the movie, no. They're basically going, well, think Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles.
Huh.
On a much more gruesome scale.
Actually, now that I think about it, that's
Okay.
kind of... Actually, if it's exactly like Bay's Turtles, then that means that at some point in conception, these were originally going to be aliens.
Well, it's some sort of alien substance as far as I know.
One of them. Also, how are we
Also,
still
one
winning?
thing I will say, I mean, not going to knock this against the movie. I find it kind of funny that for George, they decided to make him an albino ape.
Variety, I guess.
I'm sorry, I'm just totally zoning out. Come on, you're better at this.
Like
James.
white fur and everything. I mean, like, okay. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm not against it. So yay, I win.
You
Yay.
won by a hair.
2 hairs.
I did. Screw you, Boris.
Time zone eradicated.
Time zone eradicated. So are they really destroying time?
Yes.
That is diabolical.
Very diabolical, but you know what? Considering how mindless these fuckers are, can't say it's completely out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for Rampage Through Time for the PS1. If you guys want to give it a shot for yourselves, unfortunately there was never a digital release, so you're going to have to find a physical copy. That said, I don't think it really goes for that much.
Okay.
On that note, I'm
Hopefully
James
it doesn't.
Yeah, to be fair, like I don't think this franchise is like an A-lister, like say Mortal Kombat or what other shit we made.
Expect a new game whenever the movie comes out.
You know what? I'd probably take that better than the movie. But with that said, I'm JamesmanXtreme.
Lucky Jack 20.
Boris.
Thank you, Boris. And with that said, Marty, please help us.
Who's Marty?
Till next time, guys.
Bye.